Everybody, how you doing? Just getting the camera set up. That light might be too bright. Uh-oh. Let's go back this way. Sorry. Trying to keep everything pinned down here. I'm going to turn this down. What's going on, peeps? So I can, in fact, see the chat now. That's going to be good. So I can see if anybody shows up or if anybody, drops by. I should probably turn the cam and get out of the way of the fan. That's what I want to do. Let's go this way a little bit. I can kind of kick back this way. Hold on. I have a cord underneath me. Oh, that way. That way. That way. That's better. Alright. I want you guys to see the fan. That's the main part of the video. It's not me. Come on, trolls, where they at? Waiting for somebody to come in and yell at me because of the shirt. That's what I'm waiting for. That's why it says, "I may piss you off today." So a blade for the massive drone that I'm building behind me. And that is like one you already know of the 4 pods that I have. Hey Syria, welcome to the chat. I am on the same delay as you, so please bear with me when it comes to the chat. Because you know how all these verticals work. When you're on the other side of the camera, you got the same delay as the people who are watching. So, hey Stacy, my dear. How's your day going? Back over to us room. Some people got mad. Some people do get mad, Robert. I have to tell you that. They do get mad. I know you're not mad. No, I've been. Yeah, there's been times. Today I was at the store and a 60-year-old lady comes up to me and goes and fist bumps me. She's all, yeah, and I mean that's just the town I live in, and that's in California. That's in California, believe it or not. Yeah, we're gonna turn this mother red, baby. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna gab them, we're gonna package them up all nicely and send them off on a floating door. That way we can actually get some shit done around here. Pardon my French. Well, yeah, I support what. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I support Trump? Think about what he's done in policy. Think of the peace deals that he's made, what wars that he's ending. If someone doesn't like me because I don't like Trump, then there's the door, man. Swipe up or left or whatever you have to swipe. I don't know. I don't care. I'm smoking a tobacco pipe with this cheap gambler tobacco. So this is an 18 plus kind of thing. So if you're not 18, there's the door. Oh, it's gonna go red. It's gonna go red. We're gonna make it go red. We're gonna make it red. I don't think you understand how many people who are Republican in California who do not like the outskirts of California, which ironically, now I don't know if this is just God's will, but they're all on the other side of the fault line. The Democrats. They're all on the other side of the fault line. So, for the most part. So, yeah, once that thing breaks off, we're good to go. The valley will be beachfront property. Trump will come in and put in some casinos and a golf course. Yeah. Robert's not dumb. He just has a difference of opinion. And these chats are about that. It's about coming in and giving your difference of opinion. I'm not going to kick anybody in the teeth for it. If they come in here insulting me or something like that, then they're just going to get timed out. You need to go sit in the corner. That's all there is to it. It's my life, not yours. It is a very optimistic thing. It really is. I mean, think about it. Where do they all live? San Francisco. You got all the people. You got Pelosi, who has a driveway full of human feces. You've got Gavin Newsom, which is a pile of human feces. And then what do? They think they spend how many billions of dollars on a freaking high-speed rail? We got 30 feet of freaking concrete, like a curb. I wonder whose mortgage that paid off. Yeah. Yeah, the leadership of California needs to be on the other side of the fault line when it falls into the freaking ocean. That's all I'm saying. And if he's worried about it, he can put on his floaties. Okay, his little blue Democrat floaties. You're what? Hold on. Hi everyone who's come in. If I haven't seen, I'm on the same delay as you as chat. Male? I don't know what you want me to tell you. Congratulations. Hi, how you doing? Mohammed? I don't know how to say it. Look, I'm going to butcher these names. You say hi, I'm just going to say hi back. Assume it's for you. I don't encourage anyone to start smoking tobacco. I'll tell you that right now. Did it before the war. Did it during the war. After the war. Still am. I stopped smoking cigarettes though because this actually helps because I do this less often, and I only do it every once in a while, which is great for getting rid of cigarettes altogether. They're nasty. I didn't even realize how bad they smelled until after it had been a long time and me not smoking. I'm glad you're all here. Come in, sit down. Hi, how you doing? Brenda? I think it's a Brenda. I can't tell because these bifocals are my old prescriptions. Yep. That's right. I have to wear shaped glass on my face in order to be able to see things. Story time. You want to hear a story? It's hot in the garage. I can tell you that right now. Let's see, where are we at? What am I getting radiated down on? 96, that's not bad. 97, 98. Okay, that's not too bad. I got a fan blowing on me, but I decided I wanted to come out in the shop today, and I wanted to do a live for you guys because I love talking to you guys. I hope that you get to see some of the content, stuff like that. No, I'm not going to be partaking of any illicit substances on a live stream. Smoking tobacco is not illegal. If you are not 18 or old enough to buy cigarettes, then you don't smoke. It's stupid. Don't even start. It's just something that's so hard to get at, to stop doing, that you just, you know, you don't want to start. Oh, you talking about the one? Oh, no. I know which one you're talking about. It's the. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know Mary Jane's legal in California, but I'm not going to do it on a live because it's not going to be aired just in California. It could be aired in other states where it's not legal. Therefore, I am not going to risk it. The story you're talking about, this is a funny one. All right, so I'm sitting at my desk doing some CAD work, right? Here I have a screen door, obviously, and where I live, abandoned property across the street. So I have the screen door. So somebody comes up and they start rapping on the screen door. I'm like, okay. So I see who it is. The dog's going crazy, that kind of thing. Open up the door, and there's like a girl standing there. Looks like she just got out of school, had her backpack on. He goes, I'm here for my allowance. And I know I didn't know her. Hold on, I'm waiting for the ad. Wait, hold on. Okay, let me start over. There was an ad. Let me start over. Okay, so this girl raps on the door, right? And I open it up. She's got a backpack on. I don't recognize her. And I've been married 16 years. Okay, going on 17 now. And this happened maybe 10 years ago. So, no, it was about 10 years ago. Well, I don't know. Dear, when was it? 8 years ago? Somewhere around there. Anyway. So she raps on the door. I open it up. I say, hello, can I help you? She goes, I'm here for my allowance. And this is my mind, right? The first thing that comes to your head when you hear something like that is, I think you have the wrong address. Not me. Not me. My wife is sitting at the table listening to this whole conversation when I say, do I know your mother? And my wife kind of looks over at me, and I know I'm in trouble. Then the girl realizes she's at the wrong house. Okay, she says, oh, I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong house. And I'm still stunned, because my first thought was, damn, what did I do before I got married? And just because I have brought this up again, you guys have put me on the couch tonight, I guarantee it. Who the is Splodger? Oh. Splodger, who's it? Oh, we got a troll? I love trolls. You guys are so much fun. Do you know how many I've collected? It's so crazy. You guys come in here like spouting off like insults, and then you end up becoming friends with me because I don't fall for your shit, and then and then you get to see the content on the channel and you end up liking it, and you come back. Some of them come back just to be trolls. They're like on-call trolls, right? Wait till Animal gets here, or Wolf, or I mean, come on, I'm waiting for them to pop in. They're the trolls that come by and just have fun. Brenda, I feel like this is a setup, but I'm going to ask anyway. What's up with your son? I don't know. It could be serious. It could be a setup. Cow eats wolf. I think you may have that the other way around. Okay, Brenda. Let's hype it out. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if we well, we know we can help him out. Prayer always helps him out. A lot of people don't like the fact that I'm Christian. And I don't care. I'm not going to hell. Cow, come on, man. I'm trying to figure out how that you're putting together a story, Cow. I'm waiting for the end of it. Let's hear it. Come on. Let's go. This is fun. This is fun. I like it when we can just hang out, have fun, talk to each other. Some people come in hurling insults, and I'm like, "Poof, missed," you know, that kind of thing. And it's hilarious. And the room goes silent. I'm waiting. I'm on the same chat delay, so if I have to refresh it, I will. But I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. John, where? Where? I'm in California. Where? Where is the college football? You have 5 pennies to your name? Lucky you. Can I have 2? You know how much it costs to build this thing? 28 kilograms of PETG. 28. That's one EDF motor. That's one engine for the drone that I'm building. 11 blade, high pass configuration, 340 millimeter, 472 pounds of thrust. It could lift your mama. Come on, everybody, we're having fun, right? One grain of rice. John, what's the problem? I'm just energetic, not aggressive. Just you gotta separate the two. Most people don't. That's why I get so many altercations outside. I get all energetic when I get out there, and you know they take it wrong. Aren't you supposed to be somber and emo? You live in California. You know, no, I'm a free white male, boy. Why would I be somber and, you know, emo? I mean, that's your job. Go across the fault line now. Stay over there. Science World. Yes, I do remember you. How things going, man? You're on the ISS? Send me a selfie. Can you tell everyone down here that this thing ain't flat? Because there's a lot of people out there for some reason who said science answers the questions. They don't believe in God, so they go, science answers the questions, but then they think the freaking world is flat. Hold on, let me turn on my GPS. So I can find my way around on my flat earth. Or the argument that there's the sun is a ball spinning underneath a dome. It's not 93 million miles away. Some people, man. I can't read what Cow says because they're out of focus. You tell them, oh, you want me to go get hit by a car? You know, the last time I got hit by a car, it was brutal, man. They were doing like 45 miles an hour, right? And it hit me right on the side. And the driver was so pissed because I did so much damage to his car. And I walked home, but he was like mad because he couldn't make it happen. He had to call a tow truck. I'm like, sorry, man, you shouldn't have run into me, you know? Every planet in this system is a bumpy piece of rock. Good observation, though. Yeah, I don't know why they... You know what it is? It's a misinterpretation of the Bible. Everybody does that. Everybody does that. They read the firmament, and they go, oh, it must be a dome. Where do you get that? They said firmament, which in Hebrew meant gilding, which means something that goes around something. Not a freaking Pyrex bowl over a flat piece of dirt hovering in the middle of a universe where everything else is freaking round. Spherical. You want to know why? Because it's the simplest shape in the universe for any matter to make under gravitational influence. You can see it in one of the slow-mo videos I did, a short where I cut some water bottles in half just for fun. I was bored. I'm printing like crazy. And you can see how the water drops in slow motion go into a sphere. Right? Even though gravity's pulling them down, within their own static environment, they're falling down. But it's a sphere. A drop of water. What do we call it? We don't call it plates of water. Look, it's raining! Plates of water everywhere! No, we don't. People don't understand science. They don't want to understand science. They want science to explain away God when all science ever did was explain how the universe behaves. We have background radiation. We know exactly how big the universe is. No, you don't. You have no idea how big the universe is. You never will. Because the light for most of those freaking galaxies are never going to make it here in the entire existence of humanity. So quit pretending like you have... This is your reality right here. Existential crisis rectangle. That's it. If you believe the Earth is flat, I'm sorry. You're wrong. And I know you don't like being told that if you believe in a flat Earth. But you're wrong. You're wrong. I love messing around with you guys. It's so much fun. Oh my goodness. My dear moderator, could you bring me the other glasses? Stupid thing. Okay, so here's the story. Changing the glasses so I can read all the chats. These bifocals ain't working. I had another prescription for different glasses. but the nose piece came off. I couldn't find a replacement, so I tried to CA glue it, and I got some CA glue on the lens, and now it won't come off, so I can't see through the glass. So now I have to wear these cheap readers, but it might make me look smarter. I'm not sure. Oh gosh, I'm having to adjust. Oh my goodness. Couldn't have wiped them off first. Try again, my dear. Now I can't see a damn thing. Everything's blurry. Oh my goodness. Man, it's warm out here. But I'm doing this live for you guys. I don't care how hot it gets in here.
Is that better?
Easy. If I can see, it'll be fine. Yes! I can see your chat. It's glorious. Okay, hold on. What's the best flavor of Monster? Well, so far it's been Pipeline Punch for me. I don't know, I haven't really tried any other ones. You witnessed a landslide? And you didn't surf it? We get earthquakes here, and I'm like out there waiting for the ground to ripple, getting in a good surf stance. See if I can move. Yeah. Hold on. John, let me catch up on the chat here. Why is he saying, John, why is the... You like to see what? What does he like to see, John? I can read the chat now. I'll show everyone that, hold on. I could probably, if you're talking about the drone, you can see my lighting changes happening behind me. Those are pre-programmed lighting changes through Arduino. Gebtra Holden, welcome. Sorry for butchering your name. That's going to happen. So, in the UK, the tectonic plates. Oh, okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you guys are probably falling into the ocean before we will. I'm far enough inland where I'll have beachfront property. Okay. Dollar Tree. If you're referring, John, to the glasses, that's probably... No, I ordered them, but they suck. And the price reflects that. But at least I can read the chat till I get my other glasses repaired. Science. I don't know if you can be a moderator yet. You haven't even become a member. All glory has arrived. How are you, my friend? Science world, we're all broke. Well, see, no, I take that back. You see, people in Cali, usually most of the other influencers on YouTube, they're like broke in the aspect, like they don't want to spend... I take that back. They spend money on crap. They like take all the money they're making, like some girls that do YouTube obviously have no talent whatsoever, but they have another thing going for them, and that's the only reason why people watch them, okay? Because, again, like I've said in the past, people are watching videos. They're watching this person react to videos that they've already seen on YouTube, just because of what they have going for them. So, that's it. That's the only talent they have. Well, I mean, there's probably another couple of talents associated with all that, but we won't get into that. The point is, this is why it's hard for people like me to get really out there with what I'm doing, because I'm building a drone. I'm telling you right now, I've already done the research. This is the biggest 3D printed drone in the world, fully 3D printed, all the way down to the turbine blades. And I've tested it at 5,000 RPMs. It'll be tested again at 9,000. The drone is 5 feet by 5 feet wide. Okay? This is going to be epic. And if anybody misses that, maiden flight. I don't know what to tell you, man. My brother wants me to pick him up and just fly him around. He wants me to drop him into the reservoir. So the next time, when this is done, and I get the alloy enforcement for the blades, because PETG will fly, but it's not gonna pull the weight that I'm hoping for because of the fact that it's PETG. It'll hold its own, and it'll lift probably another 50, 60 pounds, but it has 472 pounds of thrust. So, it will pick him up. He wants me to bring him up to 50 feet or a little bit lower, whatever safe distance is, so when you hit the water, it doesn't feel like concrete. And he wants me to drop it. I'm like, you do realize I'm going to have to get like waivers. We're going to have to have EMTs out there, all kinds of stuff. I got to get a hold of Fish and Game out at the reservoir. But yeah, we're going to, I mean, if we get everything set up, I already have a tail number for this aircraft, so the FAA knows that it exists. Yeah, we're gonna fly him over the lake and we're gonna drop him. He will have a parachute on board because he did want to go up to 400, but I said 400 ain't high enough for you to deploy a chute. I don't think. Yeah, the DJI drones could be expensive. Why? I had one, and I realized I didn't use it that much for what it was meant for. You know, basically just filming, Hasselblad camera, really good quality, but it's not the standard in industry filming. So it's like, if you want cinematic stuff, you're gonna have to go way beyond, you know, a DJI drone. That's just all there is to it. I gotta, you know what? I don't get notified, Glory, for those road trip streams. I want to see one of them, but I don't get notified for it. If I did, I'd check it out for sure. Did we lose the trolls? I didn't want to lose the trolls. They come in and they start trolling and it doesn't work, and then they leave and they cry for a little while and they come back. And then they subscribe. I don't know what's more interesting, me or my CNC. I don't know why. Because I did a live on the MP-CNC yesterday, or 2 days ago. There were 22,000 views on that thing. And I was like, people like the MP-CNC more than they like me. Which is fine. Totally fine. So they like machines better than they like me. That's cool. I mean, if you ask my wife, I'm a machine too. Guts and trust, also insurance. That's a good point. I'll have to point that out to him. He's got the... I don't think it's a matter of just guts. I think it's a matter of he's to the point where, you know what? I don't care what happens anymore to me. He goes, if you drop me and I hit an island instead of the water, I'm fine. So yeah, he's wanting me to fly him around on the thing. He's like, you know how many views that we get? I said, yeah, especially if something happens and it crashes. And you go down with the ship. This may be a very big drone, but I can tell you right now it is not the final product. It's not the final product because the final product is twice the size. Welcome. Welcome from Kerala. I hope I don't say that wrong. Forgive me if I do. Cien? Is that your name? If I said it right, tell me. Or spell it phonetically or something. What's going on, Mario? Did somebody hurt your feelings? See, it's another troll that comes in and says one thing and then rolls out like he just accomplished something. I know you're on my side, Mario. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. India. Yes. I like India. I do. I do like India a lot. The culture is beautiful. Your water sucks, but the culture is beautiful. I'm just trying to read the chat to keep up on things. I don't have the forward-facing camera on me, and I wouldn't be able to see it from here anyway. There's an ad. I apologize for the ad. If you skipped it and you're already back, cool. If not, but the ad's rolling. So I just skip the ads on the pad so I can keep watching the chat. Yeah, I finally have ads now. Isn't that fun? Another reason for people not to watch my content. But it's what I have to do, right? That's the whole reason. I gotta keep funding this adventure. What is it with Mario? I feel like he walked in and spilled something on his shirt. And then he said that and walked out. Come on, man. Bring the trolls in. If that's what you're doing, do it. Throw down. Hey, Mario, get a mushroom. Grow up a little bit. Roll up, homie. Honestly, nothing coming across there except 2 posts, 2 comments. He probably just said those 2 things and gave up and left. Felt better about himself. Went and played with himself. That kind of stuff. It's just really that simple. If you're going to come in here and be a troll, do a good job. Because Mario, if you're trolling, you need work. You suck at trolling. You do. Yeah, he probably had. I'm talking about Mario Brothers, you know? Because you're probably like 4'1" on a good day. You know, that kind of thing. But he probably bounced because he ain't going to get the response he wants out of me. Like, what am I going to do? Cry about it? Oh, he hurt my feelings. I don't care. Come in here and talk it. Just throw it out there. But don't just come in here and drop a one-liner or 2 and take off like a bitch. I mean, come on. That's what's stupid. It's like people on Instagram. You know, I had an argument with somebody on Instagram. Not an argument. He disagreed with my opinion. So it wasn't like an argument, like nothing like that. But you can always tell when somebody isn't intelligent. I'm trying to be nice about this. Because they'll come back with insults and laughy faces when you make a comment and then make a reference to something that makes no sense whatsoever against the argument or the disagreement. And I told him, I just said, you know what? You know everything. I'm not going to say anything else. You're right. No problem. And now you're going to come back with an insult and you're going to say something stupid that's going to make you feel better, I'm not even going to respond. I'm not even going to look at it. And sure enough, I got 2 notifications that he responded to me, and I didn't even bother looking because I told him I wasn't going to. I'll say, at the end of it, I said, it'll be like you won. He took the bait. He swallowed that hook and ran with it. That's the problem with this generation. See, one half is going to be putting Gorilla Glue in their friggin' hair for views. I'm going to be flying to the grocery store to pick up something to drink. You know, on a turbine quad. You're right, Glory. Definitely right about that reference. I gotta be careful with that. Because today, if I say something like that, what they're gonna say is they're gonna say, oh, he said shrooms. He must mean, I guess, the psychedelic ones, which I'm not referring to. His name is Mario. I'm referring to the shroom, the mushroom in the game, Super Mario Brothers, so that he could grow up a little bit. That was sort of the gist of the whole thing. And I guarantee you that went right over his head. Or I'm sorry, right over his head. But yeah, usually on these verticals, I'm not going to get very... If I show the NPC going, I'll get 22,000 views. If I show me, I don't get that many viewers, which is fine. I don't care. I'm doing the live because I like to talk to the people I know and see how you're all doing. See if anybody else comes in and likes the content. The thing is with my content is most people don't want to watch it because it's not mindless. It's not 15 seconds long, and it's not completely and totally pointless. They want to see bits of chaos, people getting hurt, things like that. That's what I wonder if YouTube ever looks at those analytics and goes, we're doing the wrong thing right now. We're promoting and pushing these short clips of chaotic idiocy. And we're making good money doing it. That's what they're doing right now. And that's exactly what's going on. Instead of posting stuff that people can learn from, sure, entertainment's fine, but somebody intentionally doing something stupid or getting hurt doing something they shouldn't be doing is what they bank on. And that's what some of these creators bank on. It's like if you recorded somebody getting hurt and that wasn't even somebody you knew and you posted that, you didn't make a damn thing. You just noticed it. So there's no creativity there at all. But your audience, for the most part, is just as stupid. So that's why you got so many views. I put together something that's going to require somebody to look at it and go, how do I understand this? What is he doing? I'm building a drone. I'm just building a really big ass drone. Completely 3D printed. Completely. That's the whole point. And no one seems to grasp that concept. But I guarantee you, the moment I do the maiden on this thing on a short, and if I make it 15 seconds long, this thing lifting off the ground, guarantee I'm going to get thousands of views on it. Guarantee. Why? Because it's big enough to be, it's going to trigger some UFO sightings. That I'm sure of. Because I'm going to take off at dusk so I can run the lighting. But nobody really wants to see anything technical. There is it's sort of niche content because there is a group out there that would watch it. Now we're talking about the drone and even some of the FPVers or the drone builders. They don't even watch it. Some of them do, but for the most part they don't. Why? Because they're more interested in flying really fast with tiny drones through abandoned concrete buildings. Yeah, okay, fine. I think you're trying to show off more of your skill when it comes to flying than the scenery, because I would love to see the scenery and be able to soak it in, but you're doing 50 miles an hour. Nobody can take any of that in. And it does, and I have to hand it to him, flying like that does take skill. It does take some thumb skill, that's for sure. But, and some hand-eye coordination. And admittedly, I fly in angle mode. I do not go into acro mode. And I'm not gonna go into acro mode. Not with a drone that weighs 70 pounds and has over 400 pounds of thrust. No, I'm gonna be very, very gentle when I do the takeoff, because I still have a PID loop that I have to program. And that's the thing. If my subscriber base is just the people who are interested in the projects, they're interested in chatting, they're interested in the projects and the progress, and they like what they see, that's what I want. When somebody rolls up in here like Pickle Mario or whatever his name is, and he just throws out a comment, he's not here for the content, he's here to be a troll. And I got a box full of trolls. I mean, every troll ever came down through here. I broke them down. Now they're friends. I don't know. But you got the DJI drone, and trust me, I fly across. You mean acro mode? I don't think DJI drone has an acro mode, does it? I know it has you can turn off the sensors and go a lot faster. Oh. Yeah, okay, I got you. I don't. What to do? Yeah. Don't worry, man. I couldn't type to save my life. I got you. But the interesting part about the DJI is I don't even know if they have a drone that has an acro mode. You know, you can't invert. And has anybody ever inverted a DJI drone on purpose? I don't. And I love seeing these. Dude, I'm building this for the purpose of making like a quad, like an off-road quad, but with turbines, which is why I'm working on getting a CNC. Because the concept works fine, it's just that I mean, you're not flying to the store on PETG blades. I might be able to, but I'm not going to risk that one, right? It has to be airworthy. So I'm building something that I'm going to be able to drive around, basically. Flying around. Same thing, I guess. Pilot. Because that's the goal. Why? Because I see all these flying car commercials where, you know, they get these girls all dressed up and they walk them through these, like, sort of supercar drones, right? Like, you open this, these blades are 6 feet long, and there's 2 on each side. On every motor pod, 2 motors, 2 blades, and she's walking next to you. You can barely fit between them if they were both perpendicular to the craft, right? That's not safe. That's not a flying car. That's just a different type of helicopter. The idea behind a flying car was to try and get it into the infrastructure we have, so that you could build it into the infrastructure. Sort of like they tried to do, and they're probably still kind of doing with EVs. Okay, so they had electric cars that could drive themselves. There were a few mistakes, but we're working it out, right? So people are having self-driving cars. The infrastructure is in place for charging, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because people will back into the charging stall, plug it in, sit there for a couple of hours. It takes me 10 minutes to fuel up my Hemi. If that. Because I'll check fluids and stuff while I'm at the gas station. And then, while they're still charging, I'm leaving some of my tire behind on the way out. Because I mean, burn that beautiful dinosaur juice, man. Use it. Okay? Because you buying an EV, I mean, you're not shifting. You're not saying, it's like, no, my carbon footprint's lower. Shut up. No, it isn't. You just gave your carbon footprint to somebody else to put down somewhere else. And again, that brings us back down to perception. Existential crisis rectangle. That's where their perception is. I'm doing something good for the environment. You know what else I hate? I hate when people film themselves doing good things for other people, like homeless people and stuff like that. It's like, just do it, man. You're doing it for views. You're like looking at the camera. Watch me save this person. I'm so wonderful. No, you're not. You're full of shit. All you care about is the fact that you want to see how many views you get on it and how many tearjerker scenes you can get out of it. Do something constructive. You know, just give him what he needs if you're going to be nice, and be nice. Because you probably passed him 3 or 4 freaking times going to get all the stuff to make the plan when he probably just wanted a damn burger from the restaurant he's sitting in front of him. Instead, you're going and bringing him this and that and the other. And it's like, look at everything I'm giving you. Look at it. And then it's just self-glorification beyond all things, right? Don't put out any kind of content that has any kind of morale or any kind of intelligence whatsoever. Let's just keep feeding the next generation of children garbage. Because that's what you're doing. I hate that. Every time I see those videos, man, it's just, ugh. It's cringy. You know? This person doesn't know what we're about to do for him. Well, they'd know if you quit wasting freaking time and just go over there and give it to him instead of putting the damn camera. You gotta get the camera set up, right? Then you gotta ask questions, put them on the spot. You're exploiting them. You're exploiting the fact that they're homeless or addicted, which is horrible. I know, because I used to be an addict. I beat it. I know. I was in a war. I came home, I was injured, I became an addict, and I got over it. Nothing. I take nothing. They're in the same situation, and I know what kind of pain and what kind of life that is. And you've got YouTubers showing up to bring them sleeping bags and French fries. They don't want that shit. Come on. Anybody who does that should be ashamed of themselves. Film yourself giving something to somebody. Just go give it to them. Make your video about people knowing what you're going to do and donating so they can help people too. If you're going to give stuff to people, but if you're just walking around looking for views because you want that money shot of you handing cash or stuff from Walmart or iPods, you think somebody on the street who has to deal with addiction gives a shit about iPods? No. You know what they're going to do with that? I don't even have to explain it to you. They want help. They don't want to be, nobody ever wants to be addicted or homeless. Nobody. Trust me, I know. But no, you want to bank off of filming that crap. I see that stuff. If I ever see somebody filming that stuff, I'm taking the camera. I'm taking the camera. I'm going to say, you do good and quit filming it. And then if you want to talk about it later at home. But don't exploit this poor person for your own ends, because that's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. You're not helping or giving anybody anything. You're doing it for yourself, and don't freaking lie about it. Sorry. That one's been bugging me for a while. Woosah. Alright. Oh, and this message, since we're already ranting about stuff, Gavin Newsom, I would appreciate it if you could kiss the whitest part of my ass and stop screwing up California. You know that stuff that comes out of the faucet? You turned it off during the Palisade fires. You're horrible at your job. You should be fired. You should be charged. You should be convicted. And then you should enjoy prison. Because you cost people their homes. You cost them their livelihood. All because you wanted to save a damn fish. And oh yeah, and let's not forget about the COVID mandates when he was breaking all the rules, sitting around a table with a whole bunch of people. Well, we were all vaccinated. Well, how did that work out for everybody? Bunch of pissant Democrats. You know what's interesting? Guess what? The Ku Klux Klan was founded by Democrat parties. Man, they had Democratic events with the Ku Klux Klan. They did. Look it up. Just look it up. You don't believe me? Look it up. Y'all want to you blame the right for everything that happens in this country. That's because the Democrats don't want to lose again. Well, they're never going to get power back again. I mean, if you don't believe me, this is the last president. I guarantee it. This is the last president the United States will ever have. Guarantee it. Thank you everyone for your comments. I appreciate it. Tobacco, right, is dirty. And yes, this will be marked as 18 plus because I'm smoking tobacco. I wouldn't want to upset YouTube any. You know they're sitting there right now on top of that cut the feed button. Oh, what'd they say? What'd they say? You kicked them, what'd they say? I want to clap back. Yeah, let them watch from the corner. Don't kick them. They're retracting their own messages? Why? I hope you all wake up out there. I'm telling you. Start pushing real stuff, you know, on YouTube. Science, education. Entertainment's fine, but you gotta balance it out, you know? I couldn't just build this drone and fly it the way it is. I have to put freaking Arduino lights all over it just so people will look. You know, it's like, so they'll be like, oh, that's pretty. And then it flies and half the people don't care because they don't understand what they're looking at. And the other half that are the drone community, they're like, that's not practical. What would it be used for? I have no idea what experimental propulsion is. Okay? And I know you're thinking to yourself, how do I know? Because I'm an engineer. An experimental propulsion engineer. And that's what I do. That's what I do with my time. I'm a vet, I stay home, I make stuff up and I build it. You know? I design different propulsion systems and I test them. And now I've decided to see how far I can push PETG. 28 rolls of PETG to print this drone. 28. That's 28 kilograms of PETG. Some people are paranoid. Almost everybody's paranoid. I mean, they constantly just retract their... Like, why retract their statement? You feel bad about it or something? Oh, ad time. Sorry, there was another ad. I'll give it a minute. All right, well, so, where was I? See, the ad throws me off. It's the brain. It's the ADHD brain. Ugh. Uh-oh. Hold on. I messed it up. I was trying to move something. Okay, that's better. All right. So this was the original heatsink design that I had. And I would have loved to have milled this in this fashion for these motors out of the aluminum, but because of the fact that I made the slots a little small to mill with the bits that I had, I had to widen them up a little bit. So the end result came out a little different. Let's see if I can find one. And this is what I was milling yesterday that I got 22,000 views on. And I cannot figure out why. Hold on. I still gotta clean it up a little bit. But it's one of these. And this is for the top of the outrunner. And what this does, it sits obviously under the fan. And hold on. So obviously, this is the fan, one of them, and it's held on by these big 8mm bolts. And the shaft that spins it goes all the way down and connects to a collet, and then there's a 10mm shaft that comes up through here, goes into here, and it basically, the fan cools down the outside of this aluminum here, and it allows it to cool the front face of the outrunner off, which is basically what gets the hottest. And the reason for that, and I'll show you right now, so hold on. There's another piece to the motor mount, which is this one here. This goes over the main shaft and the tapered roller bearing that's inside, which keeps the fan vertical. This sits here between the motor and the PETG, so it doesn't transfer the heat from the outrunner to the bolts and then through the PETG. This is another part I would love to have milled out of metal. I might get away with 3D printing this one. Not 3D printing, but 3D metal printing this one. Because they have offsets. Don't send your stuff out to be 3D printed if it's a gear. Okay, because I tried that once. Big mistake. They have a 0.3% plus or minus on their accuracy. But this doesn't have to be totally accurate as far as the bolt holes and stuff like that are concerned. They just have to be able to accept the 10mm bolt. I can bore it out if it comes back and it's a little thick. Same thing with these bolt holes here that hold it to the back of the actual stator system. Because the main thing is I don't want to transfer a lot of heat from the motor to the PETG because it'll just melt the mount. So while a lot of this is designed to be CNC'd, I don't have CNC. I've got a 3-axis, but it's not enough to do stuff like this. So it can do this kind of stuff right here. So those are my heat sinks. Now to amplify what these heat sinks can do, I'm going to put Peltier circuits on each one of these fins. Those will be run on 12 volts, and on top of the Peltier circuit will be another heat sink that the fan and that's the hot side that the fan cools down. And then when you apply the voltage to the heat sink or the Peltier, it refrigerates this metal, drops it down to sub-zero temperatures, really. Then when you have the heat from the motor coming up at high amps, what it does is it ends up keeping the motor at roughly anywhere between 30 to 60 degrees, no matter how many amps you're running, even if you're at the high end of the amperage. So that's why I designed it that way. I designed it for the purpose of running on the PETG for the test flight without the Peltiers, and then running with Peltiers for longer runs at higher amp loads. And I have thermal paste and everything to put on there, so it's not like I'm just, pushing it up against there. I'm using thermal paste, sandwiching the motor between this and this, and then the shaft for the motor, giggity, will come out through here and engage the shaft on the fan, giggity. So yeah, that's how it works out. But enough of the technicals, because that's when you start losing people. Start losing people. People don't want to come in, they don't want to look, they don't want to watch. And why? Because I'm talking about stuff that's educational and science-based and creative. So, is there another platform out there that I can actually make a decent living on with this kind of stuff? Oh, by the way, I hope it works. I have a merch store. It's in the bio, the channel bio. You can get like the Shrike Ultra sweatshirts. You can get the DPC stubby fan mugs. Stuff like that. So if you're new and you haven't checked out any of the content, check out the content and you'll be able to understand what it is that you're buying when you go to the store. I even have a throw fleece that says, DPC. It says the stubby fan on there. It's cool. Oh, I can show you the mug. I chipped it, but I can still show you the mug. I chipped it on accident, but my fault. Yeah. That's one of the mugs you can get right there. That's on the site. If you go to the store, though, you'll see what I'm talking about. I tried to put together some artistic stuff that was wrapped around the branding of the channel. And you can become a member if you like supporting this kind of content. But that'll be up to the person who goes from this live who may not have seen this ever before and looks at the content and goes, that's something I like, that's something I want to do. So I encourage you to subscribe. I encourage you to visit the store, become a member. Say thanks with a super chat, or a super thanks, or a super sticker. I don't care if you do or not. If you don't, you don't. It's fine with me. You're not obligated to. But I feel like I have to say it because YouTube encourages you to say it. It's probably because they get a piece. Yeah. They don't encourage you directly. They just sort of kind of give you these videos of how you can. This is how you can engage with your audience. This is how you can engage. Mention this, mention that, and if you look really at what they're trying to say is, we want you to produce members, we want you to produce revenue, we want you to produce content so we can put more ads on it. That's pretty much what it is. So, yeah. That's all it is. Let's see. A little warm today. Hey, it's only 102. I don't know if you saw that. Were you able to see it? Oh. 102. Yeah, right above me, just radiating down. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm just not doing it much longer, I promise. Because I want to get back inside where it's cool maybe watch a movie. I know everyone's probably out for the Memorial Day weekend, or was it Labor Day? Labor Day weekend, sorry. And you know they're all out getting ready to go to the lakes and stuff like that, so there ain't anybody watching me right now. Which is fine. Yeah, it is pretty hot. But it's a little bit drier heat than I'm sure you're used to. In the desert, I was used to around 120. So, and that's consistent. But at least we had cool nights. You know, it was really, really cool at night. That's when the wind would carry the aftermath of what we had left behind from different places over the dunes, and then you could smell it. You're like, oh, it smells like barbecue. Thank you. I don't know how to say your name. I don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Kuman. Lupin. Lupin. I'm horrible at this. I'm horrible at like pronouncing. I can be like, oh, if you know. No, nice to meet you. You know, it's like that kind of. But if I can't read the dang name, it's like you have a Cyrillic alphabet for your name. How do you say that? I'm not trying to insult you. I'm literally wanting to know how you say that. Is there like a phonetic? Is it just Lupman? Or is that a capital I? I don't know. I can't tell because the last part of your name is. This is hurting my brain. Welcome anyway. I hope you can check out the rest of the store. The link is in the bottom. I don't know why I put it there, but it's in the bottom of the bio with the rest of the links. And you can go in there and see if there's some merch that you like. The cool weather is around the corner, and I can't wait for it to be 20 degrees in this garage. 20 Fahrenheit for anyone watching on the other side of the pond. I use Fusion 360 to CAD all of my work. So if you look at the Shrike Sarop drone playlist, you'll be able to follow along with what I'm doing. That's one of the engines behind me. I know everyone's like, what is that? That's a turbine. That's it. It's an 11 blade high pass turbine. Run off of a 75 volt motor at 9,000 RPMs. And it's 340 millimeters in diameter. It's basically going to be the biggest drone when I'm done with the rest of it. I've got one other one complete over there. I've got two on the bench that I'm building now. And it'll have a 5 foot by 5 foot footprint. So it's a pretty big drone. But if you're interested in the content, you can look at everything from when I did the Shrike concept drone, which was the little 70 millimeter EDF jet engines that I made a drone out of. And everyone's like, that's not going to fly. Well, it flew. And it flew well. So I encourage you to check out those playlists. It'll show you from like where I had my original idea to the concept that I settled on in order to understand EDF engines more when it came to using them in flight controllers, because that was a big thing for me. Because everyone uses props. I'm sorry, open props are done. We're going to have hydrogen power. We're going to have EDF engines. So that's where things should be moving to. Because you don't make a flying car with open props. Black Friday would be horrible in the Target parking lot. Can you imagine? There'd be decapitations everywhere. Yeah, imagine that. Everyone having flying cars like they have now with like the 8 huge propellers. It can seat 2 people that weigh 100 pounds each. Then you can't carry anything in it. That's not a flying car. I'm making a flying car. I am. It'll take up the footprint of a standard SUV. You can still drive on the ground, and you can fly. That's the goal behind the whole project. This is one of the phases in that goal. The next is going to be the quad that I ride around. And that's going to freak out my neighbors when I go to the store on this thing. Because they're going to be like, how are you getting to the store? Up there. Let's go over the power lines. You got to watch those power lines. No, it'll have enough. I have an AI system that's on board that's going to be helping me with navigation and stabilization, obviously, and the obstacle avoidance. Not just camera, but we're talking LiDAR kind of navigation as well. So it's going to group the visual plus the LiDAR together to give me a good obstacle avoidance system. Welcome, Icebergle. Icebergle? Germany's cold all the time. That's where we should go. I should move to Germany. Because it's like really hot in here right now. Oh, it went up to 103. Wait, no. Yep, 103. That's where I should do my work. Germany. That's where all the best cars come from anyway. Right? Darling, if you're still watching, do we go to Germany? It's cold there all the time. I know sometimes they try to go to war with the entire world, but it only happened a couple times. What do you think? All right, Glory, you have a good day, man. If you're back, you're back. I might not be on for much longer because I'm slowly baking in here, and I think I'm just about done. When these pop out, I'm done. And just like a turkey, and then take me out to the oven. That's probably a visual you didn't want. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm telling you right now, if I had a choice, I would move to a climate where it's like always cold. Always. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I was born in the armpit of California. And this place sucks. Okay? It sucks. It's like the bowl that you can't crawl out of. Unless you strike it rich with a lucky lottery ticket. Or if you make a decent amount with a good YouTube channel. Now everyone wants to join up. Hey, Germany, give me a $3,000 super thanks sticker. And then I'll fly over there and look for property. I don't know if $3,000 would do it. How much does it cost to fly over there? Would they let me in? I promise I have relatives there. Chances are I'm related to somebody over there. I'm related to everybody else according to ancestry. Who else did their ancestry in, like DNA, and discovered some of the weirdest crap you ever thought you'd ever seen in your life? It's like, I'm related to who? Why is no one talking? Talk! Chat! That's what it's here for. The best line we got was from Science World. That was ba-da-da-da. But yeah, if it's Luke Man, I'm going to call you Luke Man. The CAD software is Fusion 360. It's a Autodesk Fusion 360. Wonderful software. And that's where all of this came from. Well, I mean, in my brain too. So. Well, nobody's talking and everyone wants to leave. Fine, be that way. I just wanted to jump on and say hi because it was a weekend. So it didn't matter to me really how many people showed up. I just wanted to, get to meet some new people who would be like, who's this guy? And then like, see what I'm doing. And be like, oh, that's cool. I want to watch that. Because to me, if you see this and it's something that inspires you to create something, or it's just something that inspires you to do anything else, then I've done my job. The idea of being a creator is not just to create things, but to create inspiration in others. And that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that, you realize that you can accomplish anything you want to accomplish. And without sounding like the end of a bad fortune cookie, I just want you guys to know that that's why I do this. It's for that. It's not only just for my own gratification of flying stuff, because I love RC flight. I want to get out to the field and fly more, but I got to get another plane. I had a couple of nice balsa wood aircraft that I lost in storage. Okay, and I had done I had a DC-3 that ran 2 gas-powered engines. I had a 7-foot wingspan P-51 Mustang. I love flying. I have one video where I show some of my old school flying, and it's under the old school RC tab, the playlist, where you can kind of see where I was into the gas planes, into the electric planes, things like that, and into rocket building, sugar rockets, mainly. I never saw that one again either. So it's in somebody's field somewhere. That's why I did it out where I did it, when I launched it. But yeah, those were some fun days. I miss the big powered gliders, like the original Sky Surfer, the Super Sky Surfer, the big one. But then Fox, FMS came out with the Fox. I mean, we're talking like a 3,000 millimeter wingspan. That's the one I want to fly. That's the one I want to get. I'll just have to sell a few things first. But I want to get some flight time with that one with my GoPro on it to see how it looks. But that's the sound that thing makes when it comes down, when you stop the prop and you're just gliding down in and it's cutting through the air. It is just whistling like a blade through the air. FMS, I have to hand it to you. That's a beautiful glider, that Fox glider, and I want one so bad. Those are so awesome. I can fly those, no problem. These little tiny, 800 millimeter. No, I can't fly those things. They're too finicky. You have to be really detailed. If somebody farts in the wrong direction, knocks it off its axis, that kind of thing. But no, I want the big glider. I love those planes. I love them. And FMS Fox is probably my favorite by far at this point. Before that, it was the Super Sky Surfer, because I don't think the Fox existed then. Could be wrong, but I would love that FMS Fox. I'll tell you that right now. That's a beautiful glider. But without further ado, it's 3 o'clock, and currently 103.6, 103.8. So I'm probably going to end this pretty quick and go inside. But, because nobody has any more questions and nobody else is watching. Oh wait, there's an ad. Sorry guys, I have to wait for the ad. If you skipped it, you skipped it. Alright, well, like I said, it's over 100, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. And I'm going to get to work on some more videos that I'm working on the build progress of the Shrike Ultra drone. Don't forget to look for the updates. Become a member. Subscribe if you like what you see. And check out the merch store because cool weather's around the corner. And there's some hoodies there you might like. And some throw fleeces and a couple other things. And if there's something you want to see on a hoodie or a blanket or whatever else, let me know. I'll design it up, put it on the store. But right now everything that's up there is pretty much branding for my channel. So I'm working on new stuff. And I can't wait for you guys to meet the AI pilot. There is a video for that. Under my, I think it's going to be under, it's one of my last videos I posted. And she's the AI pilot that I've been training. That's going to help me fly the Shrike. And I mean autonomously, not when I'm flying it. But she's going to run a lot of the obstacle avoidance, the LiDAR, and all that other stuff. So she'll be able to make adjustments independently of my actual cues on the stick if I run into an issue. So she's going to be monitoring battery temperature, amps, motor performance, everything. And she's going to be deciding whether or not that it's still safe to continue, should we go land, that kind of thing. It's got GPS on board, so she knows where she's at, obviously. But she's my pilot that I've been working on for a while now. So I hope you get a chance to see that. So don't forget, check out the rest of the content. Thank you for stopping by. Love each and every one of you. Even the trolls. You try so hard. And it's commendable. It's funny, but it's commendable. You really do put effort into not making any sense whatsoever, and that takes some skill. So other than that, we'll give you a quick shop run around. I'm going to unplug this, and it's going to get mad at me for doing so. So here she goes.
I wasn't finished.
Yep, you're never finished charging. We know. So this is one motor. Just one. One of four. Got one over there. Two that I'm finishing up here. One here. I have the motor mount over there I was showing it to you. That's the collet I was telling you about that fits into this. And that's my tapered roller bearing. And then it has internal bearings in here for vertical stability as well. So, yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is fun. Bearings I already have in this one. We're getting cases printed up now. As a matter of fact, I gotta go check and see if that other case is done. So we've got 2 more on this one, 3 more on this one, and then we're gonna start working on exterior duct work, body work. This body attaches like you see. This one's not glued in yet, but you can see how everything kind of meets together. And then all of these sections go together to finish out the drone. So I've got everything done. It's just finishing up these last 2 motors here. And then we will get everything going together. And they're all going to have this kind of lighting in different sequences set on different switches so that you can see the change. If I decide to make a change, the body itself will also have lighting in it. So it's not going to be just the engine nacelles. So with that being said, I want to thank everyone who dropped by. And I'm a genius? Oh, thanks. Yeah, but you have to say that because you got to be nice to me. I want to thank everyone for stopping by. Do not miss the Shrike Ultra's maiden. You guys need to follow the shorts for the progress on the build. And I will give you, and I will give you all the updated videos as I get them ready, as they come out. When I spin this thing up on this floor, after moving this table and this whole drone's completed, just arming it is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be so cool. So I hope you guys get a chance to see it. I hope you get to watch it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. And this, on this one, there's that motor right there that's driving it. That big old 7070 18S. That's what we want right there. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Again, love you all. Appreciate it. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will see you again with more updates on the Shrike Ultra as they happen, and we will get things rolling. Until next time, from all of us here at DPC, have a wonderful weekend.